Both parties, the Democrats and Republicans, have their faults and failures, but the biggest failures are the Republicans because they basically don't accomplish anything. Um, Republicans' true failures, that we're going to talk about from going from the last election that they lost. Basically, this guy Peter Fenn, who's an opinion contributor, has said that he was a 15-year-old kid and he made money by raking leaves. He would make money by raking leaves and mowing grass, and he was part of the grounds crew at the Capitol, and he was paid $1.25 an hour. And then he remembers navigating all the underground tunnels and hideaways where last January they took the vice squatter, this speaker, and members of Congress to keep them safe. When he was 17, and he was with a newly broken leg and a walking cast, he was a page in the U.S. Senate. It was 1965, and he witnessed the passage and signing by President Lyndon Johnson of the Voting Rights Act, and basically he watched his opposition begin to build against the war in Vietnam. Now, years later, he served on the Church Committee, the Select Senate Committee, investigating intelligence agencies. He worked in the Senate for 5 more years as a top aide to Senator Frank Church of Idaho, and for decades since he has spent countless hours in the House and Senate office buildings and in the Capitol as a political consultant to many members. Never in his 60 years of living has he says I have not been in all of the Capitol, its beauty and grandeur, and what it stands for the rights and responsibilities of a free people. Always he gazed up at the rotunda as the light shone through, and he saw the paintings, statuary hall, the floor of the Senate and House, and he felt lucky to be there. He says he never took that building or its meaning for granted. Like so many others, he took January 6th of 2021, the attack personally. As many watched on television those familiar staircases, passageway, people who were so violently attacked hour after hour, it was beyond fucking emotional. We couldn't believe it was happening. It was surreal. People from Trump clan rallies gone berserk, which is something like out of a Game of Thrones show. And this was more than a political event. It was more than a demonstration gone violent. It was, in a real sense, the culmination of a sitting squatter and his friends and advisors having rejected our system of government, representative democracy, fairness, and any sense of propriety. The fact that over the past year, the vast majority of rank and file Republicans have continued to embrace a squatter with no moral compass, who was willing to, Trump was willing to say anything or do anything to stay in power, and it's truly fucking despicable. Even those who were initially shocked and who denounced Trump, like Senator Moscow Mitch, Senator Lindsey Graham, and Representative Kevin McCarthy, have now all embraced him or gone silent. This is also despicable, and what kind of message does it fucking send? The violence is the wave of the future, as increasing numbers of Americans seem to believe that power by any means is and will be the future of the Republican Party. But how much honor and dignity and civility will these Republican leaders give up to stay in power or to gain it? And at what point do they say enough is fucking enough? Like count me out as Lindsey Graham did on the Senate floor a year ago before he flipped and went to Mar-a-Lago to play golf with Trump. Sadly, most of the Republicans who have spent much of their lives in the Capitol have forsaken that impact of January 6th and it's all meant for them and our system of government, and instead they have embraced a treacherous political calculation. They have decided that they would rather, for the sake of re-election, cozy up to Donald Trump and the cabal peddling the big lie than do the right thing, and history will be the judge of them. The Republican Party of Lincoln and Eisenhower and Reagan and the Bushes is on life support, if not already fucking dead, all because these Republicans didn't take January 6th personally and seriously. The mob did their best to destroy what the building stands for, and these Republican leaders might not finish the job for them. Or might just finish the job for them anyway. So basically, but yeah. So if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when the new video comes out, and thanks for listening.